Well, 2 gigabytes of information later, we have a patch 1.3.1. Let's get it. Changes and bug fixes to the campaign. Players no longer meet at the feed screen after loading into a mission. Good. Finally. Audio level for some dialogues have been adjusted. Perfect. The animation triggers and cameras for some cutscenes have been tweaked. I don't know what that means, and probably means that it should be more normal, I guess. That'd be weird. Disconnecting or logging out will no longer change the save file folder. Thank God. Fixed number of issues that will block progression or give credit for completing missions. Developers note, updating a map for this type of fixes invalidates prior saves. This is similar to how replays from prior game client versions no longer work. Campaign's progress will not be lost. Let's go to custom games, because I know a lot of people enjoy custom games. I did play some custom games on my channel too, so I am meh about it. Multi-board should no longer crash custom games. Joining lobbies for the same map no longer creates duplicate versions of the map. What? It's also resolved disconnect from improper map names. I'm gonna get to more details about this after we read them, okay? The rendering of classic mode has been updated. Good. Resolved an issue with hitching when constructing buildings or training units for the first time. Fix ziggurat upgrade animation in Reforged mode. Adjusted animations and portraits for multiple units and buildings. Units completing training while off-screen again have voices. Starting locations are again obscured by fog of war. Interface. Whispers now include the name of the sender. The local sending settings for audio and subtitles can now be adjusted independently in Battle.net prior to launching the game. Okay. Non-Latin lives no longer overlap. Yeah, I could expect this was a problem from the Chinese or the Russians. Or any country that doesn't use the Latin alphabet. Which are a lot. Quite a few. A tooltip now displays when hovering over truncated text. Chat keeps up with the latest messages. Heroes on the match result screen are now contained by boundaries. All menus are now distinct between classic and reforged graphic settings. We've implemented a temporary solution to better inform whether you are playing reforged or classic mode by applying a sepia tone to the background images for classic. Really? That's all you did? You put in a sepia background and that's, hey, here, you're playing classic now. Hope you made the difference out. Or you remember it. Okay. So let's get on to it. They're trying. And as Eurogamer posted an article about this, they are really trying to make things better. I mean, they even declared it's been a hard week for them, and I could imagine. But it doesn't really fix that much. It's good that their heart is there. They're really trying to make this mess playable, like it should be. But all these things are things that should have been done before it was released, before the shitstorm. And now what we got is, I said before, it's too little too late. And right now, it seems proper and they really are trying to do something. But we still have the problems of custom campaigns. We still have the many different other problems. And let's be honest, I'm looking at the Eurogamer's post and the difference, that sepia tone, it's just looks bad. It's like low effort, low quality. Like they couldn't bring back the old one or the changes or something. They just slap a sepia tone on it, which is really the thing that bothers me the most. It doesn't make sense at all why they would do that. Okay. I can understand it's been a hard week and everybody's been criticizing them a lot, even myself, who I consider myself to be a huge Blizzard fan and a Blizzard game player. I play a lot of Blizzard games. I always play Hearthstone on my phone at least once a day, so that kind of makes me a shill, I guess. Besides the point, they are trying to correct this thing, but they have a long way to go until they can properly do things right. All these changes right here are good, but they aren't enough. Most of the things that are here should have been things that appeared at the launch of the game. Except the Sepiaton. The Sepiaton makes no goddamn sense at all why it should be in there. Why couldn't they find another method? I guess they just went for cheap. And you pay what you get. Unfortunately, I think people paid a little too much for what we got here. But in other news, since I'm still on Eurogamer, which is not the most trustful site I find, but best thing I can until I make my own, it's that they now allow refunds. Okay, that's good. Not mentioned here, but I guess it's important to know that they've changed their policy about refunds and they're willing to give them. Because 30 euros for a game like this shouldn't really be a price. I understand if it was 30 euros and you got this Reforged game with everything working and it didn't really screw over your Warcraft 3 game. But this, again, too little, too late. It's good that you're trying, but you're not trying good enough. This isn't something that we should have waited a patch for, and a 2 gigabyte patch at it. Which, let's be honest, only makes the game a huger thing to install. Like, let's be honest, the old one was perfect. The install was small, it was good, it had everything you needed in it. And then you make it 30 gigabytes, because models. And then you make a 2 gigabyte patch to fix the broken stuff. And while yes, it's admirable and it is good that they've tried, it still isn't really enough. At this point, they should start putting out patches like once a week. And I can understand there are like, what, 10 people working on this? Like 10 people working on this? But still, they should try more and do more with this. It isn't helpful for us, the consumers, to just get this tiny thing and a 2 gigabyte patch, which I can see the point, I guess, with some of the cutscenes, triggers, tweaked, and other stuff. And the Sepiaton, of course, the Sepiaton wins it all. It's like worth all the gigabytes, but still, it ain't enough. No, I'm trying to justify it in my mind right now that this is good. It is a good change, and while I agree it is not enough. It simply isn't enough. At this point, we can just hope that things will be better, but I feel like there isn't enough done. There is a lot more work that has to be done, and we can only hope that they will do it. That they will fucking do it. They will take care of the things periodically, and bring all the good things back to it. But at this point, we're just watching a way to stop the fire. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop the fire. And in Belgium, there's this statue, I think it's Belgium, I forgot the city, or country even. There is this statue of a little kid peeing. And while it might sound pedophilic at points, the statue was there because at some point a terrorist tried to blow up the city and a little kid found the bombs. And so he stopped the bombs by peeing on the light, on the thing that was supposed to make it blow up. Now, I'm not sure about the authenticity of the story, how true it is, and if it's made up, or maybe it's just a legend that a lot of people like to hear. But I think this is what Blizzard is trying to do right now. They're trying to pee on the fire. They're trying to pee on the fire, and let's just be honest, they're trying to pee on wildfire. And it will take some time. It's not gonna stop like that. It'll just stop the bombs. There's a lot. My God, I'm making pee on houses at this point. It's gonna be a lot of hard work and a lot of time spent. The sooner they do good stuff, the better it is.